Let's make history. Last night I was on X, formerly known as Twitter, and came across an interesting discussion. People flirting with the idea of, hey, should we end Social Security or vastly restructure it? And my knee-jerk reaction was, that's a horrible idea. You know, here's a system we've all been paying into for years. We should be able to have access to it at some point in our lives, maybe even whenever we choose. And I took a second to think about what the opposing side was saying, which is not a bad idea to do. It's always wise to, even if you disagree with something, listen to it, reflect on it, give it a chance, so to speak, within reason, of course. So I thought about it, and basically, in a nutshell, people who support either ending Social Security or restructuring it or minimizing it basically are saying that what Social Security is, in essence, is the government forcing people to pay into a mass retirement fund. And would it not be a more beneficial idea or more beneficial system for everyday Americans, where that money, instead of going to the government to do what they want with it, to keep it in the pocket of the person who earned it and leave it up to them to either invest it or save it if they want. But it will be up to them at the end of the day to make the decision, rather than passing that on to the government or being forced by the federal government to do it, which is not even a part of the list of obligations of the federal government. But that's an entirely different conversation. It would force people to actually save up for their retirement, make better plans for their old age.
But I'm not running for office, so I can tell you the truth. I saw a lot of tweets yesterday from people saying, I paid into Social Security. I'm just taking out what I got in. No, you're not. You absolutely are not. The government stole your money and paid it to somebody else. And now they're stealing somebody else's money and paying it to you. Again, all that money was paid out before. It's based on new taxes. That Social Security trust fund is set to empty in 2037. Why is that happening? The answer is demographics. In 1960, approximately 5 workers covered the benefits of one retiree. So 5 workers paying into the system, that covered the benefits of one retiree. Today, 2 workers cover the benefits of one retiree. That is unsustainable. Our demographic pyramid is upside down in the United States. We have too many old people, and we don't have enough young workers, which means that the Ponzi scheme is collapsing. People did not have enough kids. You can support this pyramid scheme so long as there are enough young people who are there to work to support the elderly, but there aren't. People are having fewer babies. 2, people are, in fact, living longer. You know, I paid for my parents, and now it's my children's friends' turn to pay. It's like, that's not the way that society is supposed to work. I don't want my children to pay for me. My goal is to be able to invest enough so that I can cover my children, not the other way around. And by the way, it is worth noting at this point that it will not be our children paying for us. It will be debt paying for us.
Also, there's the viewpoint that once people retire and really stop being active and begin to live an idle, sedentary lifestyle, they begin to decline, not just physically, but mentally. That's the irony of it, that purpose and being a part of something, that's what drives you to live every day. If you don't have anything to live for, it's kind of like you just wither away. So it's in people's best interest to continue to work up until death. Now, granted, that doesn't mean scrubbing a floor, doing heavy construction, or anything like that. But always, from the cradle to the grave, being involved in some sort of project that generates income. Let me know what you think in the comments. Subscribe to Will Flores TV on YouTube. Follow me on TikTok, Instagram, and X.